All right, welcome back to the Ball Knowers podcast, everybody.
Welcome back.
It has been. I think you put in the notes. It's been since before the Cade collapsed lung, and what was that? Like middle of March.
It was over a month ago at this
Yeah,
point.
it's been a
I'm
little
sorry,
bit.
guys. I was busy trying to graduate college.
How dare
And
you?
we couldn't find the time to get an episode in to talk about like awards and stuff.
Where are
But
your
talking
priorities?
about awards is boring anyways.
It kind of is.
Have they even picked the all NBA teams yet?
No, I think that's like the last thing they do.
Yeah,
That's-
but anyways, we're almost through the first round at this point. And obviously the Pistons had a fucking roller coaster first round series against the fake 8 seed Orlando Magic.
What do you mean fake? Like as in they should have been like they were better than an 8 seed?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, like, I think you can look at, like, their top 6 or 7 players, not even trying to, like, make a joke, but, like, when they're healthy, their top 6, 7 players are really good.
Yeah.
And it's like, you kind of think, like, how did this team only win, like, 44 games? Or whatever it is they won.
Yeah, these dudes are a
Um,
lot better than their records showed. And one thing I just kept saying over the course of the series is that like their whole roster is huge. Like outside of
Yeah.
like Suggs and Bane, like everyone on the floor is massive.
But I honestly regret that we couldn't have a reaction pod like after game 4, so we could have
Yeah.
got all of our down 3-1 thoughts out there. Because now it's going to be hard to really know what we were thinking after game 4. Because we had the 3 straight wins, like we came back and we're going to the second round now.
I mean, let's fucking go, dude. Like
That's
I was
fucking awesome.
so hopeless. I watched game 4 in the work parking lot during my lunch break. I watched the fourth quarter of it. And yeah, that was rough to clock back in and keep working after I watched that shit. That was brutal.
Orlando is so off and on because, like, when they're making shots, like, if they make 2 shots in a row, like, and they get into it with their home crowd, like, they can really just shoot the hell out of the ball sometimes, and they look unbeatable. And they look so good against us in, like, games 3 and 4. And
Yeah.
I was destitute, honestly. And obviously in game 6 we go down big in the first half, and we were down 24 early in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was just sitting there watching it, and I thought it was over.
Well, we were texting each other like, "Yeah, this is over, dude." And then we started to come back, and you're like, "We're so back." And I said, "I don't know, man. I'm not cracking a smile until we get a lead." And then like, they went 23 straight field goals without a make, which is
Yeah.
unreal. Unreal.
The
Not
stat
3
that
pointers.
the
just
Magic
field
went 45 minutes of real life time between made shots.
I mean, that's crazy. I was seeing like pans at the arena and like zoom ins on fans, and I'm like, man, if I wasn't so happy about this win, like I would, like I do kind of feel bad for Orlando fans.
I mean, a 19-point half is insane. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
got to
brutal.
be a record. That's got to be like the least points in a
It
half
was.
by
It
a
was.
team in the playoffs. Like,
in
has
the
that ever
play by
happened
play
before?
era, no one scored less points in a half. So
I don't understand that. That also, like, I don't understand Paolo. How is Paolo so good sometimes, and he can't miss? Like in the first half of Game 7 tonight, Paolo was looking like Game 5 Paolo, and I thought he was going to score 50 on us, but he finally cooled off, and he was just making everything.
yeah,
I don't know how he does it.
he really does. He's got like 2 personalities out on the floor. He's Paolo Banchero and then PB No J, and there's no in between.
Yeah, like
Like-
in Game 6, he was 0 of 9 from 3, and then he opens up Game 7 with like 4 threes in the first quarter. Like,
Yeah. Well, my brother, he doesn't watch it. Like he doesn't really watch Pistons games, but he sits down, and I'm telling my dad, like he's either gonna have like a legacy game or he's gonna be a bum. And then my brother chimes in. He's like, "Oh, or he'll be like kind of mid." I'm like, "No, no. There's no in between. Like with this guy, it's either like a really good game or he's ass."
I'll hand it to Paolo though. Game 7 today, he was not the problem for
No.
Orlando. And he really hasn't been like he was pretty bad in game 6, but like since they went up 3-1, hasn't really been his fault completely. I'd say obviously Franz Wagner getting injured plays a part, but I'd say mostly the biggest problem was Jalen Suggs being absolutely terrible after game 4.
Yeah.
I think even in game 4 maybe or game 3 he shot like 1 of 15, and like this was just all around a horrendous offensive series for Jalen Suggs. Like I have got to look at this guy's shooting splits on the series.
I've got.
I'm gonna look up. Okay, look at it.
Oh, that's regular season. Yeah. Holy shit. Guess. Just guess real quick. Just what do you think it is?
What, like his percentages?
Field goal, 3-point.
Okay,
free throws good.
I'm gonna
Field
go
goal,
with
3-point.
30% from the field and like 10% from 3.
I mean, almost spot on with the field, and he shot 26% from 3. He shot 30.8% from the field for this series.
That's crazy.
Disgusting.
Disgusting offensive series, and like he didn't even really shoot the ball in game 7 tonight just because like he knew he couldn't make it, and the Pistons knew he couldn't really make him either. So
yeah. And it's not like he shot 30% on minimal attempts. He was taking 13 shots a game. So like, these are real shots that he's taking and just not making any of them. He was taking 8 threes a game, shooting 26% too.
So Bennett, how are we feeling about Jalen Duren now after game 7? I gotta hand it to Duren. He was pretty okay today, and overall, like at the rim defense, he's been pretty good all series. But in game 6, that first half when we were about to get eliminated, I don't think he was that good. And it's just kind of been a lapse of focus and like being locked in with him. I honestly think now that we got through Orlando and he's not like thinking about Angel Reese, watching him play against her boyfriend Wendell Carter every game, I think Duren is going to lock in the next series. And I it was unfortunate what he was doing earlier in the series.
Yeah. I think to really determine how I'm going to feel about his next contract, I want to see how he plays in this next series. Because obviously he's shown that he's not the hardest guy to game plan for. That being said, Orlando 100% had... If any team in the league was going to not allow him to do his thing, it's this Orlando defense. I mean, like I was saying earlier, this is a huge roster, and they did a really good job at not letting Cade pass the ball to the interior, and that was kind of his bread and butter all season, was playing the two-man game with Cade and getting the ball around the basket, and you just couldn't do it. Now, when I think that lob that Cade chucked to Duren that he finished, that was the first time all series that play happened. I mean, I watched like almost every minute of this series, and I think that's the first time that they got an oop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of length. I mean,
yeah.
Goga Batadze, he didn't even play tonight in game 7. I don't know why. Mo Wagner was getting his minutes, but I feel like Goga was really good in the Magic wins. Like,
yeah,
especially when we couldn't make any threes.
I just think with Duren, after this game, I'm no longer going to say, get this man off my team. Because I think there's definitely still a place in Detroit for Jalen Duren. I will still, however, be very upset if he gets that maximum contract. If we're paying this man $50 million a year, that is still going to cripple our roster.
Yeah, if the Pistons lost, like if we lost in 5 or lost in 6, I don't think Duren would have gotten that like deal of more than like $25 million. But now that we won the series again, I feel like the $40 to $50 million is back on the table.
It's coming, and it's not.
I don't want like I feel like to be Jalen Duren, you have to be either a deeply selfish or a deeply delusional individual to want to take a 50 million per year contract with the Pistons, because you are just gonna make our team way worse by eating up all that cap, and you don't even have like the offensive game to like really make that contract worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really curious to see this offseason what kind of balls Trajan Langdon has. Like, I think there's two classes of GMs now, and it's like ballsy and not ballsy. And the ballsy ones are how you make a championship team, and it's like the willingness to not offer your good to decent, like your decent to good players huge contracts. Because I'm looking at the tweets about Amen Thompson being projected to get that $50 to $55 million annual contract, and that's gonna fuck him.
Oh God, yeah, you cannot do that, bro. Especially because you've already got Sengun on a similar deal, bro.
This is gonna separate like the perennial just playoff teams from the contenders. It's whether or not you have the balls to, lowball your young star a little bit of money, because that's how you make a good roster.
Because like, imagine we can't play. Like Asar Thompson is amazing, but we can't pay him $50 million a year. We can't pay him 40. Like 25 to 30 is probably like his sweet spot.
100%.
But yeah, if the Rockets do that, they're not gonna make it out of the first round like ever.
No, and I'm just really worried that the stars have not aligned for the Pistons to become a championship team, like already, because we've won this series, we've won 60 games. I think we have to pay our core guys a ton of money now, and I think to become a championship team, you have to hit your stride after you've paid your core guys like lesser contracts. Yeah,
I mean, we're gonna have to re-sign Tobias this offseason.
How much do you think he's gonna ask for?
Probably just like 20-25 million a year. It'll probably just be like a 1 or 2 year deal.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to take up that much money, but he's definitely earned the right to make 20 million a year in the NBA at this point. And how about Tobias Harris today, bro? We got to talk about that. 30 points from Tobias. Like if I asked you at the start of the season if you thought Tobias Harris was gonna get a 30 piece in the playoffs, like there's no way.
No, there's 100%.
And he drained, I think, 5 of 7 threes. In the second quarter, he was just absolutely feeling it, and like he was like Klay Thompson, bro. He couldn't miss.
I'm so happy that he was able to on national TV show Sixers fans that he can actually hoop in the playoffs. And I think his reputation from Philly has just followed him and is probably going to follow him for the rest of his career. Because I keep seeing even Pistons fans on Twitter saying that Tobias is the problem. He's the reason we're going down 3-1. And it's like, you're not watching these games. He's our second best player right now. And
it's like, he's the only guy helping out Cade on the offensive end. And he's just like a 35-year-old guy that's a big body and like a good mid-range shooter.
Yeah, he's great in the post. I will admit he's not a consistently good three-point shooter. He had a great game tonight. But I think why Philly fans hate him is because he was just to stand outside three-point line and knock down catch and shoot threes, and that's not his specialty, and that's why fans hated him.
No, he's good at taking smaller guys like into like 6 feet within the basket and just getting something easy.
Yeah,
like, he shoots those at a great percentage.
I think I saw a stat one time that he's like in the top. He's in the 98th percentile on post up plays. So like that's what you want him doing.
So who else did good today? Obviously, Cade had like a 30 and 10 game.
I mean, Asar
Cade was just controlling the game the whole time. Yeah, Asar was great, but he's been great all series. Like I don't think Asar maybe had like one bad game all series.
Danis finally
Yeah,
had a great game.
Danis finally started stroking some threes.
He had a great defensive possession. I think it was in the second quarter where like he played great defense on a drive and then like just flew in for a rebound. That dude has an insane vertical.
I think I know the play you're talking about. Yeah.
It's like every time I see him get up for something like that, I just forget how athletic he is. Because that dude can get
he
up.
is a great shooter too. Like, and I feel like the whole series, besides that one where he did a pandemic P and he hit the side of the backboard.
I was gonna text you pandemic P if the game stopped there.
Yeah. Besides that, he just has like a lot of close misses from three in this series, and finally in Game 7, he just gets some of them to fall, and he makes like 4 or 5 threes, and that was obviously huge.
I do love the minutes that him and Cade share the floor, because I don't think he's quite good enough to.
Well, JB loves those minutes, so
yeah, and I'm a huge fan because I just don't think, especially in the playoffs, he's good enough to run the offense by himself to be the main ball handler. But when they share the floor, I mean, he takes some of the load off of Cade. While not having to face as much of the pressure because Cade's still on the floor, and I really do like those minutes. I'm glad. Did Karis LeVert sub in at all? I'm really glad I didn't see him.
I'm not sure if he played today, honestly.
I'm looking at the box score. I gotta see because I don't think I saw him.
He did. He had a couple nice plays in Game 6.
No, he didn't. He didn't come in.
But yeah, I mean, Karis LeVert. Not really a big contributor to the Pistons in this series.
No.
You see Ron Holland finally finally got into the game.
Yeah.
At the end of Game 7. That was fire.
Him, Chaz, Tolu Smith, and Sasser.
Yeah, that was fire.
Can't believe we saw Sasser minutes in Game 7. I was pretty happy about that.
Dude, I was thinking we were going to see Sasser for Denise if he kept playing bad. Like, I was thinking we were going to see that eventually, but Jenkins ends up figuring it out.
Some of the dudes I hoop with were talking about how they want to see more Sasser minutes, and it's like, yeah, he's a great shot maker, but like Orlando is, they're too huge for him to be on the floor.
Yeah, he's going to end up like on De Silva or Paolo or something. Yeah. It's not going to go good.
I could see him, like, if we play Cleveland, he might get some minutes just to try something out, maybe. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of hooping, this is kind of off topic. I dislocated the fuck out of my finger on Wednesday.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was
just
brutal.
from the ball hitting it.
Yeah, it was like a really bad jam. So some dude was passing it to me, and the guy like tried to poke it out of bounds, but he like poked it, like slammed it into my hand. I thought I just normally jam my finger, and I looked down, and it's just like completely out of place. That shit hurt so bad.
I bet, bro.
So I gotta load manage the next couple weeks. But yeah, I mean, I think Sasser provides some shooting that we don't normally see, but he's just too small to consistently get minutes.
Maybe we'll see him in the next round.
Yeah. Who do you want? Who would you rather play between Cleveland and Toronto?
Cleveland, I think. At this point, I think
I'm with that.
The thing is, though, if it was Toronto, it would be like a lot more like this Magic series. It'd be a lot more physical, and we'd just be grinding it down every game. But I think Scotty Barnes is the best player in that series, and I'd rather not play Scotty Barnes.
Really? You think he's better than Cade in that series?
No. I'm talking like the Toronto-Cleveland series.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Because Donovan Mitchell's been pretty trash.
I forget how butt cheeks he gets in the playoffs.
It's like he's good some games, but like this series has not really been that good for him.
No. And I'm just thinking about like the matchups for the star players for both teams. And I just think we've got Cleveland better. I mean, we've got a star to throw on either Harden or Mitchell. And, I mean, Cade, I've always known he's a great defender, but he's elevated it in these playoffs. He can take the other guard, whoever Asar doesn't get. I think we can outmuscle those bigs with Duran and Stu. I mean, I'd definitely rather see Cleveland. I don't want to see another grinded down series because yeah, you're right. That's what it would be against Toronto.
No, because like Colin Murray Boyles on Toronto, like I didn't even like, notice him all season when I was watching Raptors games. You know, I didn't really watch that many, but I've been watching him in the playoffs, and he is fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he can guard. He can actually play.
Dude, how about this rookie class? Like Coop and Khan were the ones that like got all the noise, but they're not in the playoffs. But the ones that are in the playoffs right now.
Oh yeah, dude. And we didn't even talk about the Spurs yet, but Dylan Harper, bro. Holy cow.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy how good Dylan Harper is. Like the Spurs need to trade De'Aaron Fox. Like they need to find a way to make that happen because Dylan Harper is really good, and he's only 19, or he's like 19 or 20, and he is legitimately that good, and like he's looking like the best player in a playoff game.
Yeah, he looks great. I stand by this take that I like. As soon as De'Aaron Fox got signed to that $60 million annual extension, I was like, that's a bad move. They're paying him too much. They got these younger guards that are probably going to end up being better than him. Like this was a bad move. So I don't know how they get off of Fox once they start paying him $60 million.
I just think when you have Wemby and you know, like the cap, whatever, you know, you can spend a little fake money. You know, I think that could be a little bit of fake money. And they didn't know Harper would be so good.
That's fair. And how long is that extension for anyways? Was it a 5-year?
I don't know.
I'm taking a look right now on B-Ball Ref.
Fox is like kind of bad at times. I agree, but he's also like really good at other times. He does give them some of what they need.
I definitely won't say that the dude sucks because he is good. I just, you know, as this roster gets more expensive, it's 4 more seasons after this season.
Sheesh. He's going to be hard to trade. Like, how are they going to do that?
And next year's 50, year after is 53, then 58.
Can you trade him back to Sacramento somehow? Can you get Sacramento on board?
They would do
that?
it.
They're the dumbest franchise. Them or the Bulls, but like the Bulls are getting new management. I guess that's something we could talk about. I totally forgot about that.
That doesn't move me.
Dude, we didn't even talk about the whole Jaden Ivey debacle. Did we?
Oh, dude, we haven't talked about that. That happened after our last pod.
I think that happened like a day or two after our last pod. But I guess this needs to be our impromptu Jaden Ivey session. A trade so bad that it got the Bulls to finally fire their terrible GM after like 7 years. Like that was the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess.
Hey, I'm happy to help Bulls fans out to break the camel's back and to get new management. Now, I don't think this is going to change anything. I think this is an ownership issue and not an upper management issue. Because I remember last time the Bulls got new management, they're like, oh, we're so back. Like, I think it was like the John Paxton GM when he got fired in 2019. They're like, oh, like this is the change. This is when it's going to start happening. And then
bro drafted Patrick Williams, signed Lonzo Ball, traded for Vooch.
Hey man, they were the 1 seed for about 2 weeks in 2021. This was a successful tenure.
They almost won 2 playoff games in the series. Like, come on,
beast mode. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will turn around the Bulls, but how about the timing of the Ivy trade? Like, we got off of him before he became a problem.
And have you seen like the updates though? Like, there's updates. I've seen videos of him like looking all happy with his wife. It's like him and his wife have figured it out.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I don't think he's in like full blown psychosis anymore at this point. Mm-hmm. He must have got back on his meds or something.
I think this is just I mean, obviously I don't know anything. I don't have an inside scoop, but It's probably like an opioid problem. I mean, the dude had like a major surgery and kept experiencing knee pain. He was probably prescribed some decently strong painkillers. And I don't know, maybe there was an issue there.
It's
That he
just like I
started.
don't know, because like yeah, there are those videos like when he was on Instagram Live, like when he's riding like first class, like in a commercial plane, and he's like ranting about God, and I think that might have been when he said the Pistons not going to matter on Judgment Day. I don't know if he said that when he was on the plane or not, but
I'm not sure.
there's he's doing that, and like the flight attendant is like telling him like, "Hey, you got to turn your phone off. You got to stop recording." But like when he was on the plane, like he was actually talking like he was having like a psychotic break, and just in his behavior. But hopefully he's got that figured out. I'm glad that we got off him before that. Like I remember right before that happened, the narrative was like, "Oh wow, Jaden Ivey's a demon," and they're showing highlights from 2 years ago, and it's like, why did the Pistons trade this for nothing? And we got Kevin Herter, and then the team we traded him to had to literally release him because of the things he said.
Yeah. I was thinking about like there's a dark timeline where we extended him pre-injury and we still owe him like 30 to 40 million over the next 4 years while he's
Dude,
acting like that.
what should I do with my Jaden Ivey jersey? Like,
Oh, I forgot you've got a Jaden Ivey jersey.
I do. I
Uh,
do, bro. I can never wear that again.
I think you make an anonymous Facebook account and sell it on Marketplace.
I don't think anybody wants it. Like,
Yeah,
maybe,
I think
maybe
it
I
could
can
be.
get like a fake picture and convince someone that it's like a Blake Griffin jersey.
I think they're because he had a brief grifting moment. I think you can get retarded conservative to buy it.
That's true. Yeah, because
Just
I don't think he's getting with that grift though. Unfortunately,
no,
I
he's
mean,
not. I think he had a brief
'cause
moment where he appeared on like one super grifty podcast, and that was about it.
I think Riley, like the day it happened, Riley Gaines, like you know her,
Yeah, the swimmer.
she got fifth place in that swimming meet one
Yeah.
time. I think she tweeted when that whole thing happened and he got cut. She tweeted like, "Wow, I just became a Jaden Ivey fan," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wow, it's truly the most brain dead subsect of the population that does not watch basketball becoming Jaden Ivey
Oh,
fans."
yeah. I kept seeing those tweets, and I'm like, none of these people know who Jaden Ivey is.
I mean,
No
respect to Jaden Ivey for not like already being on Turning Point USA though. So like obviously the guy's got some sense.
Yeah, let's fucking go,
If he's not taking like the right wing influencer route and becoming like the Black Charlie Kirk, like
Yeah, that takes a lot of integrity because
I admire
it's
the guy.
so.
Like, the guy is just like a religious guy, obviously, and I think some people they have these mental health crises and then they really get fixated on religion.
Yeah, I think that's indicative of he's got a really good wife. That
I think he's got a moral compass for sure because he's
Yeah,
not going
moral
like
compass
the
and-
political grifter. Plus,
Yeah.
he's got lots of money from his NBA contract. I mean, he's probably got like 10 billion in the bank.
that doesn't hurt too.
Yeah,
It's hard to encourage someone to be a grifter when they already have money.
and
But, yeah.
I imagine he could get back to the NBA. Like, but he's gonna have to do like the Kyrie apology tour. Like, remember that shit they made Kyrie do?
Yes.
When he posted the anti-Semitic movie back in 2021. Bro, that era of Kyrie, like, Kyrie's not in the headlines anymore, but that era of Kyrie, like, he was getting in trouble every week.
Dude, his PR after that, like honestly, his PR team saved him, bro.
But the thing is, though, like, that is, like, the Jewish, you know, mob conglomeration, you know, at work, you know, They made him go on like a full anti-Semitic. Like I think they made him go to like a Holocaust museum.
I think
Like,
I think that's right.
Bro probably had to like fill out a worksheet after and like get a good enough score on it. Like they had this dude doing a checklist. I remember.
How many times did you have to retake the test before he got reinstated into the NBA?
honestly, Kyrie seems pretty smart. Like besides the flat Earth stuff, which I don't even know like how much he actually believes that, but he actually seems pretty smart because he's like the one of the only players who like posts on his social media about like Palestine or stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Dubski. Let's go. When do you think Kyrie comes back? And do you think he comes back to the Mavs? Or do they trade him this offseason?
He'll probably be back next season. I mean, I imagine he's going to be ready to play. Should the Mavs keep him? I mean, we never even saw him play with Flag. It'd be helpful to give Flag a guard like that. I mean,
yeah.
That would help any player, I think, to have a Kyrie on the floor.
I think before we get into the rest of the first round reactions, we have got to talk about the new lottery system.
Yeah, we should. I guess I would need to look at the like full list. I don't remember everything exactly.
So I'm just going off of memory here because I did see a diagram of it. It's like bottom three. So they call it the 3-2-1 system, where it's like you got 3 balls, 2 balls, 1 ball. The bottom 3 teams get 2 balls. Teams bottom 4 through 10 get 3 balls, and then like the play-in tier, they get 2 balls, and then the 7-8 seed gets 1 ball.
So the play-in teams get the same amount of balls as the worst 3 teams?
Yes.
See, that is just so dumb. Were there any like rules about being like in the bottom for multiple years in a row? I think there might have been something about that.
I think the only thing about multiple years in a row was you can't win either the first pick or a top 3 pick in consecutive seasons. That was it. I think I could pull up the Shams tweet again, but my thought is that if you successfully eliminate losing on purpose, guess what? There's still going to be a bottom 3 teams that are just genuinely bad now. Do they deserve to be punished for that? I just don't think so. And now you're going to create a situation where, like, you already get to the end of the season and you hear people talking about should this team purposely lose to fade the Thunder, or should they purposely lose, or whatever, to create a better matchup for the playoffs. You're going to have teams that try to slide down from the play-in to, like, instead of the 8th seed, maybe the 9 or 10 seed, to get 1 extra ping pong ball. And now, or you're going to get teams trying to lose their play-in matchup to get 1 more ping pong ball. And then Adam Silver has essentially, like, ruined his best idea so far.
So is this like official? Like this is going to happen?
It's not official. They still have to vote on it. So it's really about, do the owners or do the GMs vote on rule changes? Because I think that's a big distinction.
Don't know.
I've got the Shams tweet pulled up right now. So the 3-2-1 lottery proposal would expand the lottery to 16 teams.
That's already dumb. Like the 16th worst team does not need a chance to get the Cooper Flag of the draft.
So yeah, spots 4 through 10 get 3 lottery balls. Teams with the bottom 3 record, the relegation zone, would have 2 lottery balls, but have a floor of the 12th pick, while the rest of the teams can fall as far as 16. The 9th and 10th play-in seeds in each conference will receive 2 lottery balls, while the losers of the 7-8 play-in game will get 1 lottery ball. In addition, no team will be able to win the top pick in consecutive years, or be able to win 3 consecutive top 5 picks. Also, no protections on picks 2 through 16. So basically, if you are in the 7-8 play-in game, and like this year, you've got the Thunder and Spurs in the 1 and 2 slot, and you're like, we're fucked anyways, and you're in the 7-8 game, you're going to have a tank off. You want to lose that
Yeah.
game because then you get a lottery pick.
So I just looked it up to confirm, but with this, you could have the worst record. You could win 15 games, and you could fall to pick 12.
Yeah, that's so
That
fucked.
is so bad. Like, how does Adam Silver think for a second that this is gonna work? Like, we're just gonna have a permanent subclass in the NBA. We're gonna have like a bottom five or however many teams that are just absolutely terrible. And if they're not like a good free agent destination or they don't luck out with some like blue chip player, they are gonna just be terrible forever because they can have the worst season in their history and get pick eight.
I just think I think they need to revert to either the old lottery system or just go to no lottery. Just NFL rules where it's direct reverse order of standings. Because I think that reduces the number of teams tanking towards the end of the season. Because the problem now is that you benefit a ton by falling into the bottom 10 as opposed to like number 12. So now you have a third of the league tanking.
And
A third plus.
the worst part about all this is Adam Silver is only doing this shit to make gambling companies happy
Yeah.
because they want the NBA to be like more competitive in the later months of the season. And like I don't think this is like you said, I don't think this is going to have the effect that they think it's going to have because we're just going to have a lot of trash teams.
I think you're going to have a lot of trash teams. And honestly, that just expands the amount of tanking teams you see post All Star break. Like, you're going to see teams that either have, like, an injury to a couple of key players, or like teams that, were hot early and kind of drifted off, or teams that see that they're going to have an unfavorable matchup decide to lose on purpose because now 16 teams get to be in the lottery. And so you're legit going to have teams decide, hey, I would rather risk not making the playoffs and fight for the 8 seed in the 9-10 game or whatever and get a lottery pick than just get into the playoffs. Because why would you fight for the 7 seed when you don't get a lottery pick, when you can have the 8 seed and get one? It's just so stupid.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I guess we're just going to see like draft picks be worth a little less, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
like when they're trading.
So it looks like
But some picks are going to be worth more because, like, I mean, if you're like one of those mid-tier teams, like now you really have a chance to get into the top three or top one.
now I do think the one silver lining for this rule. I mean, I feel terrible for the teams that are going to finish bottom three, because yeah, that's going to be a permanent underclass. But the teams that are just mid and get a top player, they are a lot more likely to actually turn around and become a competitive team and have a good situation for that top player. Like, I don't know who was kind of mid. Like if the Heat got Cooper Flag, like I don't know. I think that's a better situation than Dallas right now. And so you'll upgrade mid teams with a really good player more than you'll upgrade a bad team with a good player. But that's just not how the system's supposed to be used. It's supposed to promote like equity in the league so that
So
they
are
have a
there people
chance
that
to
like
be good.
support this? Like I don't watch like sports TV
I
because
don't watch sports TV either. Mine's
who watches that bullshit? But I don't know if people actually like this or not because I feel
think
like it's got to be pretty obvious that this is gonna have like way more consequences than possible benefits.
I think honestly, I think that there's a direct correlation in your political views and how you feel about tanking. And it's like chud football fans that are like, oh, these loser NBA players are losing on purpose so they can get good prospects. And it's like, you're just, no one's watching Utah Jazz games in March anyways. Why? Just let them sit their players. Personally, I really enjoy watching a Pistons game against the Jazz or the Wizards or the Pacers where they're trying to lose. That's a free win. While we're fighting for the 1 seed, I want to watch as many easy games as possible. I just don't see the issue unless. But I mean, we all know that the number one issue is gambling companies. Like FanDuel wants to maximize the amount of
Well,
games you're
the
betting
number
on.
one issue is that there's too many games in the regular season.
Yeah,
That's like the number one root issue that causes all the problems. Like
we're not
that's
allowed to
that's
say
the
that.
reason that's the reason why there's tanking in the NBA versus the NFL. Like the NFL doesn't have a tanking problem. One, because they don't have a lottery system, but also two, because they only have a 17 game season and there's a way higher turnover rate on the players. So all the players are going to play hard every game because like probably half of them are going to be out of the league within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So every game in the NFL matters. Like a random week 17 game between two teams that aren't making the playoffs like feels infinitely more important than like a March game between Utah and Washington, obviously. But like and that's just why the NBA's tanking problem is so unique. Like, because how do you rein it in without? Because
So
like these teams are always going to tank. There's always going to be tanking teams.
here is my idea, and we've gotten way off topic from where we were going, but I don't know. I think about this a lot actually as a slightly autistic NBA fan who really fixates on this shit. So there are two ways you can go about it. You can reduce the amount of games in a season, which I think really that solves a ton of your problems on a season to season basis. But they're not going to do that because of revenue.
Yeah.
I think what you do is you switch to the points system like they do in hockey, where like win is 3 points, loss is 0, overtime loss is 1 point. And then here's where it gets real crazy. You add more of like the NBA Cup bullshit. You have a second tournament, and then making the Cup tournament makes those games count for like 5 points for a win. And then the winner of the tournament gets like a huge bonus, like 10 or 20 standing points. So then you have these bad teams that maybe got off to a bad start, but there's still hope there because if you win the NBA Cup or the second tournament, that's like 40 points you can add right there, and then you can boost up in the standings. So then you have games in December and games in March. Like you could have a March mini tournament, and then those games matter a lot more and can really swing your standings.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I just know if they implement this system, it's gonna have some really bad effects for like the next 5 years of the NBA.
100%. And before we get back to the playoffs, what number would you choose for shortening the season to? How many games?
I mean, like probably like 65. They could do 65, and that would take a lot of stress. Like they wouldn't have to do back to backs.
Yeah.
I mean, guys would be able to play in more games. I mean, obviously that's never going to happen. So I mean, it's pointless to even talk about it.
Yeah.
They would have to give up so much money. Because think about it, I mean, if you go to 65, that's taking off like a sixth of your revenue. So those guys are not going to forfeit that. Like the team owners, the TV companies, like the deals. There's so much money involved there.
Yeah.
And obviously the betting companies, because like if the season's shorter, that's less nights that people are going to be making parlays that don't hit.
That's so sad to me. But anyways, on to first round reactions since most of the series are done now. Want to start with Denver?
We could talk about the Denver-Minnesota series.
Yeah. I mean, Jokic. If you look at the box score, you look at what he averaged in the series. It's not that bad, but he really did underperform in this series. And so did his teammates.
But I think also definitely in like Game 6, Jamal Murray was terrible.
He could not dribble around Jaden McDaniels.
And it was also just unfortunate for the Nuggets that like the only two guys on the team that can play defense were hurt.
Yeah.
And Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson. And the Nuggets are infinitely worse, definitely without MPJ this year. They're infinitely worse without Aaron Gordon.
I guess I didn't know that Peyton Watson was out for the season. when he got hurt? I didn't. What did he do?
I'm not sure.
I'm googling that.
I wasn't even watching when he got hurt, but how about that Io DeSumo 40 bomb,
dude? What the fuck was that?
I always knew Io DeSumo was good. Like in these years, he's been rotting on the Bulls, but 40 in the playoffs on like 80% from the field. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that DiVincenzo tore his Achilles and the Ant went out early in that game, I'm like, oh shit, these dudes might blow a 3-1 lead. But yeah, Io stepped up, Terrence Shannon stepped up,
Gobert McDaniels.
Gobert has proved that. I mean, he's an all-time defender, and people have been slandering his name for way too long.
Do you see that, like post game, like Ernie and them were trying to make Shaq like praise Gobert, and he wouldn't do it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Shaq don't watch these games.
Shaq hates Rudy Gobert, bro.
But yeah, I mean, the Wolves have that dog in them. They really do.
No, yeah, they just have all these advantages with their size and like athleticism that always come out in these playoff series. Like the last 2 years, they've been such a good team in the playoffs. And how about that next series though? Minnesota, San Antonio is going to be such a good series, especially if Ant's healthy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I would love for Ant to be healthy in this series. I think even if he's not, like I've been seeing way too much on Twitter saying like, oh, if Ant's not playing, then this series is over in 4. I just don't think that's true.
I think San Antonio is gonna take care of business. Probably 6 games.
If I'm still picking San Antonio to win the series, but it's gonna be scrappy for a few of those games. And I could totally see Minnesota taking one of the first 2 at home. First 2 of the home games from San Antonio. But I still think we're ultimately going to get
both of those teams.
Yeah. I mean, I do still think we're going to get Thunder Spurs for the conference finals. But Minnesota could definitely make it interesting a little bit.
Yeah. Next point, though, is to talk about that Knicks versus Atlanta series for a little bit. And, man, the first 4 games of that series were fun. But
yeah.
Game 6, holy shit, they were down 60 points. The Hawks were.
Dude,
that was ridiculous.
I was gonna watch that game. I was getting back from my girlfriend's house, and I'm like, all right, I probably missed the first quarter, but like, let's turn this shit on. I look on Real Sports, and that shit said like 43-15. I'm like, all right.
Dude, it was like 72-22 at one point in the second quarter.
Yeah, no, I'd never turn that shit on because I knew it was never gonna be close.
Yeah. But I guess CJ like was doing some crazy stuff to Brunson. Like through the first 4 games, like I honestly thought like CJ was about to expose Brunson, and like Brunson was gonna get crazy slander. But he ended up being the better player, through the last couple of games.
If CJ can expose Brunson like that, imagine what Maxey is going to do.
I mean, there was nowhere for Brunson to hide in those games.
No.
Like when CJ was just seeking him out, and every time he got him, it was like barbecue chicken. I think Maxey is going to fry New York. I honestly think Philly's going to win that series at this point.
I mean, the way that Embiid's looking, if he can, protect his knees throughout this playoff run, I think we can finally see an Embiid conference finals.
I would be happy for him, man. Like, he deserves it.
He really does. That's all I was thinking during this Game 7 was, man, like he kept having dudes fall into his knees, and he was still diving for loose balls.
I like Paul George, too. So, like, I mean, that's just an all-around likable team, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Embiid succeed. Like, I was so happy to see Embiid finally beat the Celtics, because I was thinking to myself, like, how many times has Embiid lost to the Celtics in the playoffs? Probably like 4 times. And then this year he finally gets the W, up 3-1.
Yeah.
Or down 3-1 to Boston they were. How about that choke from Boston? Joe Mazzulla is the most overrated coach in the NBA. Bro's game plan is go out there and chuck a 53s and we're just gonna not adjust.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the Celtics, they do play pretty great defense. I think their defensive schemes, I'm sure Missoula works on those as well. He does a great job with that. But yeah, having zero backup game plan to the huck up 53s is so brutal.
And also having Luca Garza and Baylor Shireman as like important players finally caught up with them. Like
Yeah. I
all
think,
season, like I mean they won 50 like what 56 games or whatever doing that
yeah.
shit. They had a great season, but the playoffs is different, man. And when you have these slow white boys, once the threes aren't dropping, shit might get a little scary.
Yeah. I think definitely this is not a fire Missoula situation, but someone
No,
needs to
no,
sit him
don't
down and
fire
have
him.
a stern talking to, like, hey, maybe the game plan needs to be a little bit more diverse here. Because
Isn't
he
it
makes
crazy?
Jason
Like
Tatum look retarded
it's
sometimes.
crazy how like a year ago it looked like that was just the route the NBA was going. Like
Yeah.
every team, every good team at least, was just going to shoot 50 plus threes every night. And that's what they were going to do. But this year it's been a little different. Like it's kind of like a defense league. But I guess OKC kind of has been the best team with a low 3-point volume.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's kind of shifted in that direction. I by no means was I like an angry old head about too many threes, but like watching Boston was kind of rough. Just seeing like
Yeah.
over 50% of the shots just be catch and shoot deep threes. Like I'm kind of glad that system took a nosedive. I just think after a certain amount of time, teams are gonna figure any meta out. Like, I know guarding the three is hard, but they've kind of figured out a way to deal with that, and I'm glad that there is a solution to that.
That's at least one good thing OKC did is they helped the league transition into a defense league, I guess. I wonder what's next, honestly. It's crazy how much the NBA has changed like in like the last 3 years.
I think we've moved to youth and athleticism and it being a defense league, and it's honestly,
It's honestly it's a
I
depth
love
league
it.
now. I feel
Yeah,
like there's a lot of value to having 10 guys who can play like super intense and like short bursts. Like you sub them in and out so they can go full intensity while they're out there. Like it's really like a defense and effort league now.
yeah.
But obviously threes matter in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think threes, like they're obviously here to stay. Like there's in no way does 3-point shooting not matter.
I mean,
Like
yeah, you have to be able to shoot threes pretty much to play in a playoff rotation, unless you're a Sar Thompson or 7 feet tall.
yeah. But moving on, how about them Houston Rockets?
Yeah, how about that boring ass series?
How many games did
LeBron,
you watch from that series?
I watched Game 3. LeBron in Game 3 was pretty entertaining. Like that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. They came back. He hit some huge shots. Um, but yeah, man, the Rock. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but the Rockets, two best players, especially with KD out, their two best players being Sengun and Amen Thompson. Like those two guys cannot play together. Like those play styles do not mix. Neither of them can shoot from more than like 2 feet away from the basket. Like no one's gonna respect Amen. Amen is such a terrible jump shooter. And I
Reed
honestly
Shepard is a
don't know what
midget.
they're gonna do. Yeah, I saw a tweet saying like Reed Shepard should be teaching like middle school social studies right now. Like he should not be in the NBA, and I'm inclined to agree. Like sometimes he looks good, but he is just so tiny, and he's just a chucker.
Yeah, I mean,
Like if the
especially on
tough
these,
shots aren't falling, like he's not doing anything.
I mean, I definitely get why KD said what he said in those group chats. Um, yeah, I mean, I watched game one and the fourth quarter of game three when LeBron hit that shot to send it to overtime. let's just talk. We got to talk about LeBron, man. Age 41 season. No one favored the Lakers to win this because Luka and
Yeah.
Reeves were out.
It's nuts how if you just give him shooters and like a center that can catch lobs, he's literally like he's still LeBron. Like he's a little slower, but he's still got all the skills. He can still bully his way to the basket. Like it's crazy how good he is at 41. Like is he 41?
Yeah,
That's nuts.
I think it's safe to say he beat Father Time, bro. I think he's gonna retire soon because his wife's gonna make him. But he could legit play till 50, bro. Like, you cannot tell me that he would regress significantly past this point.
I mean, he'd have to like do what he did this year and like not play the whole regular season.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
That'd be the best thing he could do.
He could, like, if he played till 50, get the all-time scoring record to 50,000 points. That
Yeah,
would be
no
crazy.
no one's ever beating his scoring record.
Oh no.
I'm sure of that, especially because stars don't play 80 games a season anymore. Like that shit is never getting touched.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was I don't know, I was kind of looking up
You know what
like
that
how
reminds me
how
of?
many games we have to play per season, averaging this many points.
I don't know, but I mean, a good season is like 2,500 points. Like that's like a really good scoring season.
Yeah.
That's like 30 a game. And so
Okay.
that it would take like
I'm doing some mental math.
it would
here.
take like 18 seasons like that to get to where LeBron is. Like 18 seasons of 30 points per game every
How
game.
did he do this?
Bro, because he never gets hurt. Like especially up until like age 36, he just straight up never got hurt or
Alright,
missed extended games.
Let's look at this shit, bro. I'm pulling up
Like
LeBron.
he's never had like a real season-ending injury.
Yeah, I mean the dude was playing high 70s every season until the 2012 lockout, and then he drops under 70 for the first time in 2015, and then 2019 when Solomon Hill rolls into his ankle is the first time that.
In 2019, he only missed the end of the season because he was the Lakers weren't making the playoffs and he had to film Space Jam. So
Oh, I forgot about Space Jam. And he still played 60 games this season. It felt like he missed a lot more time. Yeah, this dude,
'cause
this
he came
dude
in
was
late.
consistently putting up well over 2,000 points a season until 2019, and even
Yeah.
then he's still hovering around like 1,800 points a season. That record that is never being touched.
So talking about the all-time scoring made me remember. Did you see a couple weeks ago when Carson from Nerd Sesh got into a Twitter debate with DeMar DeRozan?
Yes.
That shit was so funny, and Carson absolutely cooked him, even though like DeMar got more likes and he was like ratioing Carson. Carson had a point.
I mean,
DeMar
he had a point.
DeRozan, because like, did you see the tweet? Like he said, if DeMar DeRozan averages 19 points per game or something over the next 70 games, he will pass Shaquille O'Neal to be in the top 10 of scoring in NBA history. I find this deeply disturbing. And, like DeRozan quote tweeted, said like, "Fuck is you talking about, clown?" or some shit.
I
But-
mean,
and then
Carson did.
Carson responded. Did you see what he said?
I don't
He
know.
sent-
I don't see.
He,
I didn't
he
see
sent
what
him
said.
some like spreadsheet shit saying that like showing how like his team has been better with him off the floor his whole career.
I mean, he's right.
He
but
is
man,
right.
if he's he's such a little.
DeRozan. People who
turd.
watched playoff basketball like 2018 and back, they know about DeFrozen, and
Oh, yeah.
they know how many times DeFrozen showed up in the playoffs.
I mean, I think if he didn't choose the words deeply disturbing,
Yeah, the
it
word
wouldn't.
disturbing. That's what it did. That's what did it for sure.
Yeah, if he just said it's wrong that DeRozan will get to the top 10, I don't think DeRozan would have responded, honestly.
Because like obviously the whole point of what he's saying is that like obviously Shaq is a way better player all time than DeMar DeRozan. So like Debo being above him in the all time scoring is weird.
Hmm.
But you know,
But he chose the word deeply disturbing, and that's why it blew up on Twitter. And there's so many dudes on Twitter that hate Carson. And so, I mean, there's people that are just making that argument because they hate the guy, and I don't know. I mean, I agree with it. I think it's a little odd that DeRozan's going to
I
be.
think he is one of the most overrated players of all time for sure.
I think
And especially now, it's just because like it's also the way that DeRozan's gonna get in the top 10 scoring. Like he's doing it, putting up meaningless buckets on this garbage, awful butt Kings team.
going out sad on the Kings, on the destitute Kings. I think a lot of the overratedness comes from the fact that he was so loved in Toronto. I mean, he was a franchise player. He was loyal, played a lot of games every season, and fans outside of Toronto loved to
Great
see that
regular
loyalty.
season player. Great regular season player.
I just think, as someone who's become, like, my takes on the NBA have become a lot more nuanced. Not to say that I'm like holier than thou and I'm better at watching basketball than other people, but I can look past the hometown hero thing where he's so loyal that makes him a great player. Like, there's other aspects to being a great
Well,
player. I
he's
can look
also
past
like a
that.
Kendrick fan. You know, these him
Oh, yeah.
and Drake are beefing. So
Yeah.
because
Well,
they not
isn't
like us.
isn't DeRozan from?
He's from Compton.
He's
Yeah.
from Compton.
But he was also like, he was homies with Drake because he was the Raptors' best player for a long time, and that's
Oh,
Drake
yeah, I
City.
didn't even think about that. I'm a little
gotta
retarded.
check in with Drake when you go there. Just like, when you come to my city, like people got to check in with me, obviously. So
Speaking of Toronto and his city, how about R.J. Barrett's shot in Game 6, dude?
that was fucking crazy.
Almost an exact mirror of the Halliburton shot from last season against New York. That shit was wild, bro.
Yeah, RJ Barrett's been going crazy. Raptors, honestly, like I never would have thought at the start of the season that they would be this good. But if they can find a way to unload Pirtle and Brandon Ingram, like that's a serious team. Scotty Barnes is really good. Like
He's the truth, bro.
he is one of the best players in the league, honestly. Like he might be like a top 15 player, top 10.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's arguably a top 10 player.
Because he's so good both ways. He's such a tank, and like he's just like I wouldn't say he's like a smart player, but he's not a dumb player. Like he's always looking to pass the ball. That's something I love about him. He's not a selfish player.
I always forget how good of a passer he is until I watch a Raptors game.
But obviously, like the main value with him is just how great of a defender he is. And that he's just so huge at 6'8", and he can handle the ball too, do all the things you need him to do. Great player.
Yeah,
I'm a Scotty Barnes fan.
That is a guy you build a championship team around. I saw
He's the second best
tweet.
player.
I think I
from
saw
the class.
someone on like an ESPN.
He's the second best player.
I saw someone on an ESPN like talking show or like a radio show saying like if the Raptors lose in the first round, do you scrap the roster and trade Scotty and start like an even better rebuild? Like no, like there's not a better case scenario than having Scotty Barnes right now.
It's like, yeah, is it a shame that they can't get into this lottery because they're in the playoffs right now? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, because getting DeBonzo with Scotty or something, or Peterson with Scotty would be pretty lit. But they're already pretty far. The big problem right now is just all these expensive old guys they have with Scotty, like Pirtle.
Quickly is making like 35.
Yeah, but you're never gonna be able to trade him, man.
No.
For what that is in his contract. That's not
Paying that
happening.
much for a small guard, that's just a volume score. Like that is an untradeable contract.
But yeah, we'll see how Scotty does in Game 7 tonight.
Actually, that's
I guess
about to start in like
another
a few
series we
minutes.
haven't talked about, I guess there's the OKC Phoenix. Nothing really happened there, just a 4-0. But how about that San Antonio Portland series? That was pretty fun. That was pretty entertaining. It
Yeah,
was
we
fun
had-
to see Denny Avdia get bitched.
Yeah, it was.
Like, did you see the edits? Like, someone edited Wemby swatting his shot to, like, a
Tel
video
Aviv.
of a missile hitting Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we had Wemby getting concussed, and what was that game?
Yeah,
2
that was
or 3?
crazy. I've never seen that before. Like, I've never seen someone just smack their face onto the court
Dude,
before.
that looked like it hurt so bad.
It probably did, dude. I mean, it almost looked like he got, like, knocked out from it, but
I think he
only
did.
missed
He
one
got knocked
game.
out for a couple seconds.
He only missed one game, which is
Yeah.
good. And he was
What-
incredible when he was playing.
Wemby is, in my opinion, like the most likable superstar in the league.
I think he's the clear number 2 in the world
Yeah.
right now.
Who's number one?
Jokic, Shea, bro.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say Jokic is dropping. He's probably still number 3. I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
But then after that, you got like Giannis, and then after that, it's like the Cade Ant Luca tier.
Mm-hmm.
Which it could be any of those guys. But I guess that's not something to really talk about. We were just going to talk about that playoff series. It's crazy watching the NBA in that series, like the Portland San Antonio, seeing Klingon versus Wemby. Like, how are those real human beings, man? Like, those are giants.
Those are dudes that they would have myths written about them
Dead ass, bro. Like,
back in the day.
like you know the fucking Bible story, like David and Goliath? Now, chances are that's based off a real story sometime, like in ancient Sumer, where some dude actually killed a huge ass dude with a slingshot. And that dude was probably like 6'5". Like, imagine if they saw Donovan Klingon, bro. Like, imagine the stories that they would have wrote about Donovan Klingon if he pulled up to ancient, like, Babylon, bro. Like, that shit would have been crazy.
Yeah, they would have lost their minds. That dude's massive. Oh my gosh. Or, I mean, you would hear that shit about Wembanyama. Like, he's not
Yeah,
as
Klingon's-
beefy, but like
Klingon's
he
really good,
moved
too.
crazy for a 7'4", dude.
Do you think there were, like, 7-footers in, like, ancient times, like the Bronze Age?
There had to have been a couple of them.
There had to have been, because, like, you know, like, the health of defect that causes that is, like, a tumor on your brain somewhere.
Oh,
So,
actually.
like, they didn't have ways to treat that back then. But the thing is, it probably, like, people just probably died
Yeah.
if they were that big. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they probably weren't living past like.
And they didn't have
25.
basketball back then, bro. Imagine living in a time before basketball got invented.
Dude, what the fuck were people
Like-
even doing back then?
Yeah, bro. Like, what would you even do? Like,
I don't know what I'd be doing.
probably jerking off all day.
Dude, for real. Just giving it day and night. Nah, I'd probably be doing
probably
accounting
just-
shit.
You'd probably just be in the fields, you know, being a surf. You know, the usual.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
I could be a fields guy.
So I don't
I'd be
know what
picking
else to
Tel
talk
Aviv.
about. There's no other sports on right now. I mean, I guess baseball started. I don't watch the Tigers, though.
I watched the Tigers game last night. I watched the first 3 innings. Dylan Dingler hit a home run. They got 3
Ooh.
runs for us.
Dude, I saw Torkelson has been going crazy recently. Even because he started the season, like, absolutely horrible. And, like, this is a former number 1 overall pick. And
Yeah,
he's in year 6 doing this.
I don't really follow baseball.
Let me check the Tigers record. They're playing right now. They're 17-17, so they're perfectly even.
Didn't they like sell super hard and miss the playoffs last season?
No, they made the playoffs.
Or did they just lose
just
bad?
they lost to the Mariners, who are actually a good team. Like, we won a playoff series last
Hey,
year.
Carson from Turd Sesh saying Cade Cunningham is a flat out superstar.
I can't disagree, man. I mean,
Let's
he's the
go.
only high leverage star like in these playoffs that's doing this shit on defense. Like, it's crazy, and especially because he's got no help on offense, really. Like, well, besides Tobias, but he's seeing multiple bodies every possession on offense. And credit to him, he didn't really turn the ball over the last 2 games.
No, he locked the fuck in. And I think the turnovers are definitely really hard to watch sometimes. Especially like I thought he was going to have another rough turnover game today because there
He was
a
throwing
possession
some bad
where
passes.
and there was one time he got doubled and like dribbled further into the double team and turned the ball over. And it's like he has some terrible mental lapses sometimes, but it's just kind of what happens. You know, I can live with that if he brings everything else that he usually brings on a nightly basis.
Oh, yeah,
Great
I
defense.
just had an idea.
Huh.
Should we do like letter grades for all the Pistons players in this series?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
We can start with Cade. I'm giving Cade an A+. Like, Cade carried us. We would not have won the Game 5 or Game 6 without his crazy backpacking. So I'm gonna give Cade an A+.
So,
So next up is Duncan, I guess. What would you? I'm gonna give Duncan a C. Duncan was pretty bad. He had a couple good games.
I'm gonna go. Let's see. Let me look back at a couple of these box scores. I do feel like he was having a couple of good games from 3, which we desperately needed. Like without a guy that can be a sniper, I don't know what we would have done. He had a couple of good. I'm gonna give him a C+. He had
Okay.
like last game he was 4 of 9 from 3. He hit 3 threes in every game except for tonight and game 4. And in a series like this, like you need that. You need a guy that can come out and splash
Okay,
threes
yeah.
like that.
Next up, Asar Thompson. I want to give him an A+ also, but I'm just gonna give him an A.
So how are we doing this grade? Are we doing like their grade?
Just honestly, how you think? Like, just it's up to you. Like his performance.
I think I'm going like their grade based on expectations. Like I'm not
Okay,
expecting
okay.
Asar to come out and average 25 and hit threes for him to get an A+. Like, did he do what's within his specialty? And yeah, I think Asar deserves an A+. I mean, he's showing everything, like the best of what he can give you on a nightly basis. Like just otherworldly defense, getting turnovers, playing with effort on every possession. I think the last 2 games he did a much better job of playing on the ball because him just putting him in the corner and letting Jalen Suggs roam off of him and disrupt Cade was really fucking us up. But him dribbling up the court and then like handing it off to Cade and then getting out the way, just once they figured that out, I mean, he was a net positive every time he's on the court.
Yeah, I agree. So next up, Tobias. Obviously, Tobias had such an amazing series. If it's Tobias based on his expectations, then that has to be an A+ also.
Oh, 100%.
Because, I mean, he was the secondary scorer in every game. Like, he averaged over 20 in the series. Put up 30 in Game 7. Like, best game of his career, probably. Like, that's probably the best game I've seen Tobias Harris play since, like, the 2019 playoffs when he was on the Clippers.
Yeah. Yeah, I could not have expected anything else from Tobias. I'm honestly still shocked at the performance he gave us tonight.
So I guess we can move on. We talked about Tobias. Duran, what are you giving Duran? I think he did kind of lock in, so I'm going to give him a C-.
Tonight's game,
Because it wasn't all terrible.
I was gonna say E before tonight. I'm moving him up to a D+. I mean, the dude. I mean, one game definitely did.
He's been good on the offensive boards the last two games or so.
Yeah, I know, but like how he was playing in the first 4 games,
Yeah,
I mean,
he
just looked
he
like a
is the number
shell of
one.
himself.
He's the number one reason we went down 3-1. I feel
Yeah.
like. So yeah, he's got to be pretty low. Moving to the bench
Danis?
though, yeah, Danis Jenkins. I'm gonna give him a B. Let's give him a B. He was good in Game 7, but he really wasn't shooting it well all series.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
He had a
say
lot of turnovers. I like him on defense because he does a lot, but that's why I'm giving him a B.
yeah, B or B minus is probably what I would give him to. I'm gonna Javante, like
I'm gonna
complete,
give Javante an A minus. He
I
wasn't
think
good tonight. He
complete
didn't.
dud on offense, but like
He didn't
on
shoot the
defense,
ball super well, yeah, but he was huge in some of our wins. Like he was playing big minutes.
He played really shockingly good defense on Paolo for like
Yeah.
giving up that much size. Like he's a great defender. I just especially in tonight's game, watching him take all of those open threes and having only one go in, that was a little rough, but yeah, he made up for it on the defensive end.
I guess the only guy worth talking about anymore is probably just Stu.
What about Paul Reed?
Oh yeah, I mean, okay, we got Stu, Paul Reed, and Careless. These are the guys who got minutes that are left.
Yeah.
Careless, I'm just gonna give him a D plus. See, I mean,
He barely played.
yeah, whatever. Actually, I don't know. Careless did have a game where he played like 27 minutes. So
He barely did anything. I'll correct myself.
Paul Reed was a plus when he played for sure.
Yeah.
And then Stu, I'll give Stu an A minus because there were a couple games where we had to sub him out to really get some like offensive momentum going. But there were also
his eight
there were
block
also
game was crazy.
yeah, his 8 block game was awesome. I think he's going to be huge in the next series also. And if we get Cleveland or Toronto, I think there's a chance we see some Ron Holland rotation action.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the different rotation depending on who we get next series. I think if we match up with Cleveland, I wouldn't bet on this starting lineup, but I could see JB playing with starting double bigs with Stu and Duran to match up against Mobley and
Well, Toronto's
Jarrett.
jumped out to a 13-6 lead right now.
Ooh. I really want Toronto to win. I mean, I would
I think
prefer
that
Cleveland,
that would be more entertaining. That would be more entertaining.
but these dudes deserve it. All
Well, that might do it. We might be out of things to talk about.
I think we are, and I was just gonna say I kind of gotta take a whiz, so I think we can wrap it up. So I will probably get this one out on YouTube. So for all of our loyal fans, you can come support us on the YouTube channel
Yeah.
that I'm gonna make, the Ball Knowers
You
podcast.
can send all your money to us.
We might. So I'm thinking here, maybe make a Patreon for next NBA season, and if we have some fans, like $1 a month, I won't be greedy. But I think to have a platform switch, it's really hard to grow an audience on Spotify. I don't really know like if there's a Spotify Explorer page for
No, we're gonna have to like
Small
post
channels.
clips or something.
yeah. So we'll figure this out, but. Yeah, to our loyal supporters, this will go both on Spotify and YouTube, and we'll see what we can do from
And
there.
the two, yeah, maybe you could just email me the file for Spotify.
Yeah, I got you. But I think that'll wrap it up. We definitely got to do another pod before the playoffs.
We'll do another pod in the next week because I mean, obviously, I'm done with school for the semester, so
Yeah.
I'll have a lot more time to do some pods.
Sick. Brandon Podjemski.
And I'm gonna have to come back so we can do some hoops in real life.
Beast mode.
Beast mode.
All right. Well, that's a good pod. Cue the outro.